Fine. Session 16 to the death. Pause. Still. Um, Welcome back to whoever's decided to come back. We are still fighting our biggest bitch we've ever met, and there's a giant demon that won't die. And Feed Moon, please illuminate us to what the hell is going on.
Well, so what happened last time is we started this fight, which had gone from us controlling units to like individuals fighting this massive demon. We started out with just us as a group, along with Saint Ethelred and Brother Sven, starting off this fight against Lady Elwyn, a big demon, an even bigger, great fuck off demon, um, and two squads of knights. I think I mentioned those. No. Um, as the fight kicked off, um, Randall sprinted forward, taking on one of the demons by himself, along with his little displacer beast, whose name evades me.
Decision.
Yeah, I mean, quite impressively, he did single-handedly take on that lesser demon, which we will all be impressed by at the end of the fight. Or we won't, because we won't care, because we'll be dead. Um, Saint Ethelred and Sir Steve ran forward, taking on the massive demon together, side by side. Um, Sir Steve playing a more protective role, trying to keep Saint Ethelred in the fight as long as possible. Um, Meanwhile, we had Brother Sven running down south, taking on the knights. A few more of our allies, our followers, sprinted in, helping out. We sadly lost one of them, Keith, who has since fallen and been stabbed apart by a squad of knights. Um, Randall has been firing arrows from on high for the past little while. I believe our elven friend has stood in the exact same spot the entire time, firing an arrow every round, and that's what he's done. um,
I did more
and
damage than you.
oh yeah, that's true. I took more damage than you there, so
That's your job.
yeah, I did my job so well. I'm dead or dying. Um,
Dead yet.
yeah, it is the important part. Yeah,
We'll see on your death leave.
we did have Tiberius. Don't know if I'm getting that name right. Our latest companion to join us. He ran in. He tried attacking Lady Elwyn by himself at first, and became charmed by her magics, as he was suggested to throw down his weapon and leave the battlefield, of which he immediately did. Um, but the spell only lasted so long, and he has now come back, full on swinging, trying to take down Lady Elwyn for causing him such an insult to his pride, this injury. Um, and I believe we left off with the Great Off Demon had just downed Sir Steve, and the Great Demon almost died, or did die,
It did
but
die.
refused to return to hell from whence it came, and is still standing, ready to bring its weapons down on St. Ethelred and end him as well. That's where we left off last time on investigations of a cultish nature.
Previously.
It is. Yeah, the demon. These greater demons. They've got their little knacks to fight you pesky forces of good. And that's what happened. It refused to go back to hell. It's still going, and who knows whether it will happen again. We don't know. It happens every single time, but we'll find out. And we kick off the round with Randall.
Back in
As
the game.
we got to the top of the round, Rachel has been called as Sir Steve goes down and Antifa are called back for a medic, and we're gonna find out what happens. So, Randall, what are you doing up on your little ledge?
Well, Randall's been fixated on one thing and one thing only, and that is the lady bitch herself. With the figure of a giant demon off to the side, he's none to the wiser that Sir Steve has fallen, or that this demonic beast keeps coming back and forth.
Oh, you would have
He
seen
is
the
purely.
you would have seen the demon beast come back. That was a
Oh.
very eye-catching sight of a demon being beheaded, and then there was almost like a little spark of fire as it kind of came back and got back upright and
If I
roared.
did see that, I like to think there was a broken bell, and I just ring like an Undertaker bell as it just goes boom and comes back to life.
It didn't. It didn't hit the deck and sit back upright.
That would have been an eye catcher. That might have distracted Randall. But once again, as Hircine has committed herself into the battle and seen everyone going after the lady bitch, Randall is persistent and does want to bring her down. So he is going to just create fire, raining it down upon her. And the first one he lets off will be his last of his poison arrows, as he's used what he had. So this one's going to be a poison arrow.
Okay. It hits her magical shield. It pings up.
Oh, he's down to. He's missed his poison arrows. And as he goes to reach back into what is essentially his trick section of his quiver, realizing it's empty, he digs down deeper and pulls out a shorter but more weighted one. Not realizing what he's pulled out, he's going to shoot it out. And deep down in the bottom of his quiver, he completely forgot about, are some meteorite arrows. So again, without realizing, he's firing off a meteorite arrow.
All right, green arrow over here.
Do you remember when we got these? I have no idea if it's going to make any difference.
It was the vampire tomb where you picked him up.
Yeah. Who knows if a meteorite arrow makes a difference to her. So he's going to fire that one off. Oof.
That hits.
Yeah. And he's using his last superiority die with that.
Okay.
Does a meteorite arrow make any difference?
To a human, no.
Oh,
You never know.
the demon might have liked it.
Yeah. Weapons work the same on humans, the same as anyone else. So, 1 second. You are just out of range.
Just out of range, you say? Or perhaps I'll use the last of my movement to move back one step.
All right,
And that is my turn, sir.
that is your turn. The very, very large demon is going to swing. Now it is in a blood fury. It's raging. It's recklessly swinging, shall we say, at the Saint Ethelred after downing one person. It's out for blood now. It's tasted that sweet nectar for the demon, and it's going to swing at Saint Ethelred once and twice at advantage, with both hitting for 26 and 17, and with no Sir Steve there to reduce that damage. The axe goes straight into Saint Ethelred's chest. It's a wonder it doesn't split him in half. But that thing embeds itself, cracks his armor in, goes straight into him, and it just buries him into the ground. Saint Ethelred is down.
Oh no.
And then it's going to turn its attention to Ansriver. Lady Elwyn, however, she's going to see that she is in a pretty bad situation here. And being the intelligent and cunning woman that she is, she doesn't want to be in this situation. She is going to use a bonus action to Misty Step.
Oh, she's the worst.
Back over here. Oh, one square too far. And then she's going to look to the men-at-arms. I need one of your sacrifices. Our fight must go on. But you must be willing for the cause. And she's going to hold her action. Keith, sadly, is dead. Jimmy.
I think I was running Jimmy. Right? Yeah.
Someone was.
Jimmy.
Yeah. Shit. The one that he was running after has run away.
Mm-hmm. And I will say from this rock onwards where all the bodies are, that is difficult terrain. So there is 15 feet of difficult terrain.
Okay, so... So that's an additional 15, so that would be 65 feet to get to there?
Yeah.
Yeah, 65 feet. Great. So he can get there with an action dash.
Okay. Can't do anything, but he can get them in her face at least.
Yeah, so at least if she wants to run away, then she'll either take a hit or she has to do her weird bamf away thing. Yeah.
Get it.
Okay. Brother Sven is on death's door at this point. I'm going to say that he needs to basically take a knee. He's been on 1 hit point for the last 3 rounds of combat, maybe 4. And Brother Sven is just going to almost like fall to his knees and hold his holy symbol. After seeing Saint Ethelred fall, he is going to fall to his knees and just start praying. He kind of just holds his holy symbol of Lataran and he's just mumbling prayers. Sir Steve, your first death save. Can you whisper it to me, please?
Ooh.
I can. Yeah, if only I remembered where this was on the character sheet.
What, the death save?
Yeah.
Where it says death save.
Ah, I was looking on the left. And I was like, oh, I must be here somewhere near the scales, but it's not. Okay.
Okay. You know what that means, so I'll let you mark that on your sheet.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Barbros.
Me?
Yeah, you have the men-at-arms baying They've looked at her call. They've obviously just mobbed one of the men. They look like they're about to bay for blood again. The greater demon has risen and, well, as far as you're aware, slain Saint Ethelred, and Lady Elwyn is using her magic shenanigans to.
I'm in like a
Free.
blind fury. This bitch has played me around too much. So I sprint at her like a madman. I've got 45 feet of movement, so I can cover that difficult terrain.
Yep, cool.
Right in her face, but I've got nothing special left, so it's just going to be 2 standard attacks and then bonus action to punch her with my claw.
Okay. Okay, all but the 22 hit as she's going to use shield.
She's the worst.
Okay. You slash and slash. And she's kind of like using her shield to kind of block, and you just kind of penetrate enough to like get these shallow slices on her arms.
Going. That's all I've got.
The fighters are going to move towards, and then they're going to. One of them steps forwards and just holds his arms out wide. As you watch Lady Elwyn stick her arm out,
Ben,
has that similar black energy that you have seen from before. Streams out from her hand and hits that soldier. Yes, Brandon, you said you put your hand up like a good schoolboy.
could Boars have taken his reaction to attack
Could
of
have,
opportunity?
Hand up.
I was going to say, does Hirsing get an opportunity to attack as well?
Yeah,
Just
one
as
of
they went
them.
past.
Yeah.
And I don't think he was
Is up-
willing.
Also, opportunity. Sorry. How does it work on multi-attack? Is it still just
You
one?
Just
once.
Just one. Yeah.
Yep, just the one.
Oof.
Yeah, both hit. Yeah, so but
I love how Hirsing does more damage than Boars.
I mean, Hissine is a displacer beast. She's huge. She's like the size of a tiger at this point. No one.
Or-
Of course, she makes does more damage than Paws.
Just a dwarf just looks at it, just like, what are you?
Like, Hissine started off as a cub. It's been pretty much a year of traveling. They grow up a lot quicker than humans. Hissine is almost fully sized at this point.
Just got myself a puma.
It's more like lioness sized at this point, I'd say. Yeah, so big.
It's coming home, boys.
Yeah, not long before she is fully grown. And yeah, like as like they kind of turn with just this passive look on their eyes as they march towards her. And like as they turn their backs fully. They don't even care as like 2 of the ones at the back get felled, and then the other one steps forwards and holds his arm out. And he is going to. You watch as this black energy just seeps into him, and these veins like go up all over his face, and then he detonates in this explosion of dark energy, as simultaneously as he explodes, he fades to smoke.
Damn it. She's done it again, boys.
Hey, this
Randall would like to use his
I
reaction.
hate that move.
one of us has to learn counterspell.
No! Randall just falls to his knees and just screams to the sky.
And I would like a dexterity save from Hircine, Bors, Jimmy, and Tybros, please.
Oh.
The explosion takes out the remaining men at arms. But...
Oh god, if I remember this like the way I do remember this isn't gonna be nice. Dexterity save. Tracks for Boris. Classic dwarven dexterity.
Okay, so 17 necrotic damage coming out to everyone apart from Tybros, who takes half of that. Got quite lucky with the rolls there. 2 2s.
You don't have evasion yet, do you, Ollie?
No.
Ah, sad.
Did anyone look particularly put out by that?
Bors is
Bors is
looking on.
knocked on. Bors is knocked onto his back. Hircine is going to be like knocked sideways. Like, yeah, the two at the bottom are not looking good.
That's okay.
Yeah, that was Jimmy's first hit, so Jimmy's alright.
Okay.
Jimmy ran in through sand, and then that was all he did. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right. It is Bors' turn.
Well, Bors is also, I feel like, after taking that blast, I feel like he'd have to take a knee.
I mean, at this point, he's like flat on his back.
Yeah, like
I
he
was gonna
ain't
take it back.
he ain't getting back up just right now because he is on debt stores as much as Brother Sven is.
He's like putting his hand up, like, "Give me a minute."
give me a sec.
I got a
Oh,
Oh my guts.
Yeah, he's not in a good way. I mean, this is like the third time I think you've taken him into a fight, and he's been brought down to single-digit hit points. Like, so he's only like just got the use of like one of his arms back. He's been a bad way for a long time traveling with you guys. Luckily for that dwarven fortitude, he's managed, but he looks like deathly pale at this point. It's not looking good for him. And even like some of the colour from Hircine has been taken out. Where she was like fully black, she's now got these almost like dulled bits of fur, where it's like patterned on her where the explosion hit. Probably looks pretty awesome, but it's not a sign of good health. And Jimmy would have the marks of the necrotic energy going up his arms too. Ansrivar, you are now facing down a demon alone.
Redemption.
Bonus action. Aim.
gotta stand his ground.
He's gonna slit Saint Ethelred's throat.
Oh my God.
That's his track record.
So
He's gonna go straight for
with
the
my,
square at the bank.
Yeah.
with my bow in hand, instead of reaching, like sort of seeing everything that's been happening, seeing this creature's head come off and then be reattached, seeing that it is very angry and probably looking at me very angrily. I know for a fact that this thing is going to kill me unless I kill it now. So instead of my hand going to my quiver, I pull out the dragon tooth dagger, and I'm gonna throw it. At advantage because of aim. So
Okay.
sort of an all or nothing.
Come on, that 20.
25
Ooh, a 25 hits.
and sneak, obviously. Oh, that's a low sneak.
Oh,
But
okay.
it is a magical weapon, so it doesn't
Yeah.
get halved
No,
this
no, no.
time.
It
Oh,
it like
or
buries itself like dead in the center, like between its eyes, and it begins to fall back. And let's see.
that's 24. I don't know. I don't know how the DC works for its con save.
It's got a pretty high con save, so we'll see.
It inflicts wounding, whatever that does.
Yeah, it means it'll deal a damage on its turn. Isn't it 24 plus something?
It is 24 plus something.
I feel like it's +5.
I'm thinking +10.
Because
I-
because he got killed the first time, and then I think you said that it increases. I don't know. I'm trying to remember what you talked about last week. Probably shouldn't be drinking. I mean, water.
In your mug.
Yeah, everyone drinks water in a mug.
It hits square between the eyes. And it reels forwards towards you. As it kind of like it recoils, then comes back. And it swings. And mid-swing, the axe just starts disintegrating. As it starts being pulled back into the ground. As all that's left behind is its large horn that was on the right side of its head. So, in the midst of probably shitting yourself when the axe was flying towards your face, it disintegrates and falls almost. It's almost like absorbed into the ground in front of you.
I'm after just a moment of, oh, I'm still alive, checking and seeing what is likely the remnants of the explosion and seeing that bitch is gone. Rather angrily, I'll just look back to Rachel and then, no words, just point to St. Ethelred and Sir Steve. And that's my turn.
Okay.
Just think.
We're going to stay in initiative just for the sake of death saves and stuff like that. Hircine, anything Hircine's going to do? I'm guessing probably not. Just nurse her
Start
wounds.
limping towards Randall.
Yep. Rachel is going to look to you and to everyone. Which one do I?
So Steve, no.
And she is going to attempt to make her medicine check. Notch up one success, Sir Steve.
Oh, I forgot that does those.
Actually manages to stem some bleeding. Saint Ethelred, you watch as like he doesn't sit upright, but you like Antifa, you'd be able to see like his that massive it's not even a cut, it's like a valley across his chest basically. Like that begins like you actually watch it. It's kind of gross. But you watch it begin to knit itself back together, like flesh is forming. There.
Yeah, kind of just looking down and like, yeah, hurry up, fucking Saint. Hurry up.
Randall, top of the round. Anything you're doing? You've just seen the Great Demon go. You've seen Lady Elwyn bamf away in a flash of smoke as she did once before.
I'm gonna throw my bow down in a fit of rage and just scream, "That fucking bitch!" And then I'm gonna run over to the ladder and start making my way down. And I'm gonna use my action to dash. As I say, I've moved here, scene, but I'll have her back where she was. I'm gonna make my way over and dash as far as I can towards Brother Sven and Bors and where Hirsine was.
Okay. I'm guessing Jimmy's just gonna sit down on the cart and relax. He's just gonna pretty much, yeah, just lay flat on the cart. He's hurt. He's feeling very ill from that necrotic energy that sucked the life out of him there in the explosion. Brother Sven stops praying and he kind of like gets up to one leg and he starts hobbling over to where St. Ethelred is, but he can't get very far. So Steve, death saving throw, please. Whispered again.
I like to think as Brother Sven tries to stand up, he just sees Randall start sprinting across the field towards him with a little medic bag.
He kind of like waves you off, or like he's just he's got eyes only for St. Ethelred here. After seeing him taken out, Tybros, anything you're doing?
Is there just nothing left of Lady Elwyn?
No, there is like wisps of smoke where she was, and that's just like the wind is slowly dissipating that.
I'll just kind of like put my hand through it, like, the fuck? And then snap round, yelling for John, Uriel, and Aaron. Screaming, start picking people up.
Yeah, they come like bumbling from behind the tree where they are.
I'll just rush over to, I guess, Sir Steve and St. Ethelred, and I'll just help out however I can.
Have you got proficiency in medicine?
I don't, but I can hold things. I can push things back together.
Yeah,
I've got wine.
Bors can make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Yeah, that's the bit I'm not looking forward to if Sir Steve survives here. So that's not cool.
What, sing balls
Basically,
again?
Yeah,
at
that
this
tracks.
point, on your everyone on their next turn, if you went down to single digits at all this combat, I would like a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh, does that include...
Wow, it's not me for once.
I got healed, didn't I? So does that include me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So at any point, if you were
Yeah.
brought down to single digits.
Okay.
So I know the grit and glory rules it based on the damage you take in a single attack, but I prefer to do it at the end. I rule it basically if you get down to single digits. So you did. Randall definitely got taken down to single digits, didn't he?
Did you want that now? Sorry.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yes, no, I did before I got temporary HP, so yes. Do you want one for Hirsine as well? She's on single digits, it's all the same.
Sure. Yeah.
She's treated equally.
And can I do mine after I find out if I...
Yes. Yeah. You're a different matter at this point.
Yeah.
You're in a different situation.
You're playing high stakes.
Have we lost Brandon? Because he's just frozen.
No, that's
His
right.
lights went out.
We've lost Sir Steve. Just bring out the defibrillator.
He's looking too fibrillated.
I'll go through.
Got towards a character.
Bors kind of sits up, first of all, considering it's his turn. And he looks down at his leg, and his leg is like almost like not shat, like the bones all intact, but he goes, I can't lift my leg. It looks to you, Randall. Randall, my leg won't work.
Do I wait till my turn?
You can respond at this point.
Don't worry, boss. I've got you. I'm here. I'm not going to let you go. And I hold his hand in support and support his back of his arm, his back up with my hand. So I'm like supporting his back. Don't move it. I've got you. So I'm holding his hand and supporting his back up. Actually, no. I'm going to get him into... And I'm not going to move it. I was going to say I'll get him into a first aid recovery position, but there is no such thing as first aid in this world. So I'm just going to hold on to him tight. I've got your paws.
Yeah, I mean, he's taking it well. He's not like panicking. But he's a veteran.
He's taking it well.
He's seen stuff like this before, in terms of like bad injuries and stuff, and he's had bad injuries himself. But so like, he's not like your layman where he's just panicking and.
So we could do some battlefield medic stuff. I'm not gonna give him irreparable damage. We're gonna sort him out.
Yeah. Hey. Randall, you yourself with a 10. You kind of feel not necessarily because yours was as a slashing injury. Can you roll me a 1d20 again, please?
Can I use an action first?
What action do you want to use?
No, I'll use it on my turn. It's fine.
Okay.
Because it's to help everyone else, not me.
Yeah, this is just to determine what lasting wound you get. Okay, so you have a like you kind of like feel the pain inside. It's basically where the slightly smaller demon hit you as you were like fleeing and getting away from him. Like you kind of like lift up a little bit of your leather jerkin, and you see there's like pooling bruising there. So like you've got some internal injury, and it's not looking good. So you are hurt badly, and like now the adrenaline's wearing off, like you're moving, and it like hurts every time you move.
Bring out the smelling salts.
And Hearsing, can Hearsing roll me a d20, please? A 1. She at this point, like, you haven't inspected her, but she's just kind of like lying down, and she looks very, very drained by a look. Like I say, she's got those marks where the magic hits her, but other than that, there's no visible signs. Ansriver. I will confirm the type of cast is saved, by the way.
Ansriver will go to pick up his dagger and also, I guess, the horn.
Yeah, the horn is pretty big. It's probably about half, like from your waist to your head, sort of height. Half your body. Big.
Yeah, well, it's mine now. But
Yeah, no.
normally I would have given it to Sir Steve, but he's dying, so it's mine now. Plus, I got the last hit. But I'll pick up the dagger, and sort of just drag the horn. I don't have proficiency in medicine, and I don't want to fuck things up, so I'm just going to quietly observe.
Okay. Like I said, Hircine kind of like just lays down very lethargically and drained. Almost like she doesn't want to do anything at this point. It's Rachel's turn, and we're going to get another medicine check. Okay. Mark another success, please, Cystic. Saint Ethered, those nearby, Ansfer, you'll probably notice it, and Tybros definitely. You'd see there's still like a wound there, but it's knitted away. Like you can no longer see like inside him at this point. And you see his chest start to rise and fall very shallowly, but you can see that he is now taking breaths. So he is knitting back together. Randall.
Yes, well, I've got a patient in front of me who needs attention, so I will attend to him.
Got multiple patients in front of you.
I've got multiple patients in front of me. How much can I do within a turn? Because obviously there's only so much. I do have.
So using your medicine kit is an action. Unless you're a rogue with fast hands, you can only use your medical kit as an action.
Okay.
Boar's got John, one of Tybros's crew, with him. Ariel has stepped up and is helping Brother Sven hobble along. Yeah.
Who's with balls? Yeah, one of the other guys.
John. He's
John. I think John's the lawyer.
That's John Esquire.
Well, I'm gonna go to my baby.
John's helping Bors write a last will and testament.
Oh no, actually, you know what? I'm gonna make a quick trip. No,
Hircine's, like I said, Hircine looks like she's surviving her wounds, but she's just in a state of like lethargy. Basically, she's very, very worn down.
I'm going to Bors. I'll see to Hircine in a minute. She'll be fine. I've got my veterinary skills. I'll work with her on a medicine roll in a minute. I'm going to use my healer's kit on Bors's leg.
Okay.
I'm going to splint it up. I'm going to attend to the wound. I'm going to assess it and see if it's broken bone. And I'm going to healer's kit him. Do you want me to roll it for healing?
Roll a healer's
just say?
Yeah, roll a healer's kit.
Boosh.
Boosh.
Okay. Yeah, so you managed to like bandage all the wounds that he's got, all the gashes and slices and whatnot. But like, there's nothing that you can necessarily do for the leg at this point. He's still
What
calm.
I would like to do is, as it takes 1 minute to apply, I don't want to waste my time. I want to instruct for what is he, a squire? This guy who's with us?
No,
He's a lawyer.
He's a solicitor. Attorney.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Lord Latiron. I'm going to instruct the solicitor to, over the course of 1 minute, apply this poultice from my bag onto Bors.
It's illegally blind.
I'll leave this with you, squat. I'll leave this with you, solicitor.
His name's John.
My name's John.
I'll leave this with you, John. Just slap it on. I've prepped the area.
He looks really confused.
Wars will talk you through it. I pat the solicitor on the back.
Yes, yes, leave it with me.
And then I go running over to Hircine and put her in my arms. My girl, my baby girl.
You think her behaviour's strange because she doesn't even like raise her head when you come over. She's breathing, she's like alive and that, but she doesn't like raise her head, look at you or anything like that. She just head down.
I will pray. Lazarium, you've made me lose so much. Please, not her.
Jimmy is just still passed out on the side. Brother Sven can only go so far, 15 foot. With Uriel helping. So Steve.
I feel like anyone who's good at math here can tell which one I'm on here, Ben. Will I roll this one public?
What do you reckon, guys? Should we do it public or do we do it private and do we play it out?
Public.
I
Okay.
would say let Brandon decide. It's his character.
Yeah, go on then. Yeah, that's good. Cool. Brandon, you can call whether you do it publicly or privately, whether you want to play it out or whether you want to.
Well, it can be played out either way, but I mean, anyone who could tell Rachel's had 2 successes and I haven't stabilized can tell. This is the last one, so may as well make it public so anyone who's watching can see what the roll is.
Go.
Hey.
Okay. That
With that, can
could...
you roll me a Constitution saving throw, please?
With that, you just
with that, you suffer a debt saving throw failure, and he does.
I like to think it's just answer of her just standing over him, go, damn it.
Ooh.
Okay, and roll me a d20.
Yeah, there is.
Do we have to roll con saves continuously? Is this continues or is it one and done?
No, it's just at the end of the combat, if you fell to certain hit points or if you got knocked unconscious or whatnot, then that's what happens.
I swear if that's the broken arm again. Or missing limb.
You wake, but you are very, very weak. You're like barely lucid. You're stable. However, Rachel looks up and she kind of like gestures to the wound to everyone else around, and she kind of like shakes her head a little bit as you would see like this slash across his chest, like his armor is rent open, but with the breastplate kind of taken off to look at the wound, and that's what she was doing. You see that there are these like black tendrils like creeping out from the wound. Like this wound has definitely got something about it that it's like an infection or something is festering in this wound that, if not dealt with, Sir Steve could still die. But he is awake.
There's some holy men.
He has opened his eyes, and she kind of like Rachel looks down. Oh, you're awake. You're alive. And she kind of like flops back onto her bum as she kind of. He's gonna make it. She looks round to you. Is Is it over?
Who's she
Don't
looking
know.
at?
I don't know who she's looking at. Who's she looking at?
All of you that are crowding round.
Yes, I believe it is over.
You are all right next to the body. Like-
So, Steve, hello? Are you in there?
He does not look like he's going to respond. He's still very weak and disoriented. God damn it, then.
You can speak.
You thirsty? Do you need a drink?
He nods his head.
I get some fine wine for you.
Oh my god. He'll drink it.
Come on, get that down, you.
What what happened? He's just clutching at his chest.
She's gone. She just puffed away. Never seen anything
not,
like it before.
Not that again. Ah. Who did she kill this time with it?
Just a. It was all a blur. It's just a. One of the guards just came running and he just like exploded.
Last time it was her husband.
No. No, he died in a yachting accident.
No, he didn't. I should know. I was there.
We were there.
I didn't have you down as a nautical man. I'm joking,
Ow.
Sir Steve. Sir Steve, I'm pulling your leg.
I wouldn't do that. He's injured.
Do you want to sit up?
Are we still in initiative?
No, you are out of initiative now. It was only while Sir Steve was doing his death saves that we didn't need to stay in initiative.
I'll kind of pull Sir Steve into a more comfortable position and kind of put like a roll of clothes behind his head.
I would like to wrap Hircine up and carry her over to Sir Steve, so I'm also there.
Do you know how big Hircine is?
Have you ever seen
What is your strength?
one of my weakest skills?
His strength is friendship, Ben.
Have you ever heard of it when like a mother stops like a moving car to save a baby?
Moving car, moving train.
Yeah.
Rather than stopping an immobile car.
My strength is 10.
Your strength, yeah. There's no way you're picking up or carrying Hircine, or even dragging Hircine at this point.
Well, I'm not leaving her. I'm sorry, Sir Steve.
So Steve's stable at this point. He's on 1 hit point and he's stable.
He has tendrils growing out of his chest. I wouldn't call that stable.
Aaron's looking over at Tybros. He's like, my lord, what should I do? Should I go rustle up a quiche or something? Do you hear that, Sir Steve? He's going to rustle up a quiche. That'll get your strength back. And Aaron's going to go light the barbecue.
What happened to Ethelred?
Ethel the Red's fine, I think. He's here next to you, look.
He slowly turns his head.
You see him very badly wounded, but like if you watch long enough, you see it healing itself. You see his chest moving. He's alive. He's breathing, and you watch as his breaths are getting deeper and deeper each time, basically.
He's healing. You aren't.
not all of us can be as lucky as the Saints.
You would hear a cheer from the east, from the men, as Captain Elleran comes walking over. We have routed them. My men are pursuing the stragglers, but all the enemy are down.
Ansarva will sort of move to beside Sir Steve, but looking to Captain Elleran, just dragging, just dragging along the horn. Numbers? How are the troops looking?
Not great. We lost half our number before we took this stand, but we only lost a few in this final battle. We are still 20 strong.
Yeah.
And he kind of claps you on the shoulder. You do not look well, though.
Well, I look and probably feel better than everyone else here.
Maybe. And he goes and crouches next to Sir Steve as well. Puts a hand on your shoulder. Rest up. Your band brought my men much courage.
I'm glad to hear it, Ellerin. I'm glad to see you made it.
He kind of like gently pats you on the shoulder. Save your words, save your strength. Rest.
His eyes just start closing. You still have a sense he's awake, but his eyes are now closed as he's leaning his head back on that, like, was it a bundle of cloth you put behind his head,
Yeah,
Tyrus?
just something comfy for you.
Ansarva's just going to turn to look at Brother Sven. I don't suppose you, being the holy man you are, know whatever the fuck that is coming out of his chest.
He hobbles down to one knee. It is. The wound is festering, but it is nothing I have seen before. Saint Ethelred might know more. He's dealt with more demons than us. But it does not look good. I have seen festering wounds before, and that is something else.
Okay, good. I thought that was my lack of medicine knowledge, but nope, that's actually fucking weird.
No, it is not good at all. It will be touch and go for a good few days. He will need constant medical attention.
Let's hope the saint wakes up soon.
It is just a relief that he is healing.
You won't be rid of me that easily, Brother Sven.
Yeah. I don't want to be free of you. You have done a great work here. Letaran smiles upon you.
That has yet to be seen.
Well,
No offense.
Letaran smiles upon you, but it is Ruana we must pray to for healing here. He just begins praying over you. I will explain what has happened to Sir Steve. You rolled a festering wound. Your hit point maximum is reduced by 1 every 24 hours the wound persists.
That's not ideal. I mean,
If
if
your hit point maximum drops to 0, you die.
Oh.
The wound heals if you receive magical healing, but we know that's not going to happen.
What?
And
No.
alternatively, someone can tend to the wound and make a wisdom medicine check once every 24 hours, needing 10 successes before the wound is healed.
What, 10 days worth of without a fail?
No, not in a row, but 10 total successes before his hit point maximum reaches 0.
Oh no.
What's your hit point maximum, Sir Steve?
I think you've got like 60 days.
yeah, I've got a long time because
I like those
I won't
odds.
lie. If people kept failing that much, I feel like he's gonna die from the malpractice rather than the fucking disease.
Hey, we got a solicitor to help sue.
Yeah. We can get you some disability benefits till then. We'll get you a nice parking space.
Can only
Perfect.
one do it per day, or can 2 healers do 2 a day?
It's 1 check a day.
So they could help the other one by like.
Yes.
So
Well, if it
grant
would it be assisted? Would it be advantage?
I will allow
Okay.
assisted.
So
Okay.
like Sven and Rachel just working together, probably, because I don't know who else has good medicine in this group.
Technically, the healer, the one who forgets he's a healer.
Randall technically can heal.
Yeah.
Trust me, I'm a veterinarian.
Allegedly.
He forgot it for most of the campaign, and then remembered, oh wait, I can apply poultices to people.
And then rolled like 4 or 5d6 for heals, and we were like, "What the fuck?"
Trust
Yeah,
me,
I'm still mad at that. Just
I'm a veterinarian.
I was like what
Bro,
10, 15 sessions on like 1 digit, single digit hit points.
Because you were only
Bastard.
healing once per day.
Nobody else.
Let me just calculate how long it's going to take you to get back from where you are.
Well, where are we going?
I mean, Brother Sven and Saint Ethelred were going to return the keystone to the Second
Brother.
Sons Monastery.
No.
That makes sense.
And the next town south would be Wolf's Watch, and then the
Well,
Seventh Lord.
Long Sleep Pass would be the...
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
But before we start making our travel arrangements, I think we should find the rest of our Keepers of the Solstice. We are missing
2 of them.
3 of
3.
them.
If it's to a long sleep pass, I believe it should take us about, if we're already here, about 4 days, Ben. By math,
I'm calculating it all the way back to the Second Sons Monastery.
Oh, okay.
Assuming you'd be doing 25 miles a day, it's going to take you 20 days of straight travel.
Do
I was
we
about to say 3 weeks.
do we get any bonuses from Aaron cooking?
We can do half a mile.
You can do it in 19 days.
Cool.
With the extra energy from having a proper chef.
Yes.
I was
You
going
guys
to say,
call me
we
crazy. What about Sir Steve? Does he heal quicker being well fed?
No. If it was just a normal wound, yes. And even like Boar's begins to heal quicker with proper food. Randall's internal injuries and how he's doing is
And
doing better.
emotional injuries.
Isn't this the second time he's had internal injuries?
Probably.
Because didn't he have
Maybe.
internal injuries the first time when we had to bring him to the elves?
No, he had a. broke
I
his
technically
legs.
had it after
But,
my first ever combat,
stabbed.
so
He got
yeah.
stabbed when you brought him to the elves.
Oh,
He had a festering injury.
Oh, that was it. We're so far away from the elves.
You are very far away. You're about as far away from the elves as you are from the Second Son's Monastery.
I can make
So-
it.
So you have 20 days of travel. I'm guessing you'll be heading back there because you probably want to drop off, make sure the Keystone gets there before you then head to maybe help Tiberius out if that is what you wish to do. So this will probably be a quicker session because this is probably what we're going to finish on, but let's get some medicine checks in
Oof.
and see whether you can make 10 before Sir Steve dies.
What if we want him to
So-
die?
Day
I
one.
do have a sub skill of apothecary and veterinarian, which will mainly doesn't apply to humans.
I was going to
Sir
say,
Steve
Sir
is
Steve
more
is
of a
not
beast
a
than
horse.
I am due a third sub skill, so if there is one that is human based, but it's not I'm going
What
to
does
meta it in.
apothecary? What does the apothecary one say?
It gives me +1 when using alchemist skill supplies, I think.
Okay, so that wouldn't be. Okay, so you've got the help. So I guess roll your medicine check at advantage.
Yeah.
With Rachel helping you.
Do you just want one now, or do you genuinely
Yeah,
want
we'll
to
do it.
roll?
We'll do it one at a time. We'll do it one at a time.
Rolling day one. I like to feel like a calendar day rip is coming off one at a time.
Okay, we've got one. We've got one success. But his hit, Brandon, every day, note 1 hit point reduction. Yeah. Oh, we've lost him.
Oh,
Damn it!
Still there. Do I keep rolling? I'm confused.
Yeah. Day 3.
I'm back.
Okay, so hit points reduced by 2.
Oh god, that's what we're on to. My power keeps flicking off every now and then.
So am I saving him or not? Well, what do I need to check? What's my check to save?
You need to roll. You need to make 10 successes before the wound stops being bad.
Okay, what's the success, by the way? Anyway, just curious.
You don't need to know.
I don't need to know.
he
No,
doesn't
I'm
need to
noting
know.
it down. It's just however many days.
Well, what does that do?
I hit a
What?
button.
I don't have a spell DC of 28, and I do magic. Okay, day 4.
Okay. That's
Do you want day 5?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
one day 5.
I don't know if
Day
it was
five.
discussed, but did Saint Ethelred have any remarks on the injury?
It's basically a demon infected wound. Is how
At
he
advantage. Does 16 hit? Not hit, save. I hit Sir Steve with my medicine.
Okay, keep rolling. That's fine.
I've lost track of days. Day something.
I'm noting down the successes. Don't worry. Day 6. Okay.
19.
Oh, wait, I'm tracking down my maximum
Yeah.
HP.
Day 7.
16.
Day 8.
20.
Day 9.
14.
Day 10.
23.
You are halfway back home. Day 11.
24.
Day 12.
17.
Day 13.
22.
My maximum hasn't been this low since level 7.
Day 14.
Level 5.
16.
Day 15.
23.
Day 16.
24.
And day 17.
24.
Okay. Day 17. So you're a few days, you've kind of just got into Hertfordshire. You guys, let me drag you onto the big boy map. you've probably just got to about, yeah, maybe about there. So you're like right into the plains of Hertfordshire at this point. You would have stopped off. You would have spoken to maybe Night. No, you wouldn't, because Night General Eobard was over in Grothook. But yeah, you might have stopped over. Knight Captain Bernard would have showed concern for Sir Steve. You wouldn't have been lucid enough to maybe converse with him, Sir Steve. You still like the wound was really festering at that point. But he'd have told the group, anything you need, send for him. He'll give whatever aid he can.
Steve, I'll be reading to you to keep you entertained.
Yeah, I imagine as each day went by, Sir Steve was just looking worse and worse. Because his hit point maximum was going down, so it's like life is slowly ebbing away.
Like,
What,
yes,
what are you
must-
reading to him, Tiberius?
What are you reading?
I started reading proper books, but then I ran out, so I'm just kind of reading local village newspapers.
Oh, you go through Randall's bag and you find a very interesting book with peculiar symbols on it.
Yeah, like you could read like the notices that go on like town notice boards to him, like missing pot. Please contact.
You hear that, Sir Steve? I think you may have been able to help that missing pot if you was up to strength. Oh dear, the Ripper's got another one. Look at this, Sir Steve. It's a beautiful recipe for some yams.
Really glad he's not in a coma. And he can actually just walk away.
You guys are you kind of like you make camp in the plains of Hertfordshire, between Hightower and Tadsgrove, and by the camp, like you've been putting Sir Steve by them, right next to the fire, so that like he's kept warm, he's kept like you can feed him and water him quite easily.
Water him.
Yeah.
Oh,
Give him water.
Randall, it's your turn.
Yeah.
I repotted him last week.
He still needs to take water, alright? You know what I meant.
Still needs fertilizer as well.
I'm going to deadhead him.
I assume we can assume we're back to like maximum hit points. Like Randall could have healed us with his 10-minute action heals that he has.
With him giving the medical attention to you, I would say everyone can only heal by their constitution.
Okay.
Oh, well, it's yeah, okay. Fair enough. I don't have time to.
It takes all your attention to be tending to him.
Yeah.
You're either
Can't go out
traveling,
looking for leaves, can I?
yeah, you're either traveling or you're tending to him.
Well, that only puts me a few off what my current maximum is anyway, Ben. So that's fine.
So
many
everyone
days?
can heal. We
17
had
days.
17 days times your constitution. That's how much you've healed by the time you get to this point.
17.
Yes.
But Randall, you're kind of like tending to Sir Steve next to the fire. You've got the food, the stew. It's probably stew at this point. The stew's being handed out. Yeah, and everyone's eating. And Sir Steve, you notice the colour has started to return to the wound. The black tendrils have faded. You've obviously like stitched the wound as well as you can, and you've treated it. And you and Rachel and brother Sven have done what you can for the wound, and it seems like it's going to be enough. He looks less healthy than he was before. He's a bit emaciated. He's a bit gaunt in the face. But he's you get the feeling based on your medical knowledge he's going to make it through.
He's
I'll pass him his bowl of food and pat him on the back and say, well, by Ruana's healing hand, it looks like you live to fight another day. Welcome back, Stephen.
Yeah. Your brain fog's kind of gone. You're way more with it at this point, says Steve.
Okay. Don't kill the elf now. He's kind of been with us too long.
So Steve just goes, I'm back. Kill me off.
That's what I mean. It's he
Your
can't.
execution day has come.
He can't really do it now, just like that. He'd actually have to bring it to the Emerald Order and be like, "Hey, this guy killed one of our squires."
Oh, you didn't learn anything from Casper, did you?
No, not at all.
Oh,
You put your thumb in their eyes and you squeeze.
just kill. Yeah, you can. If it's good enough for Daniel Potter, it's good enough for Anne's River.
I
What would
suppose at
Casper
this
do?
point he'd learned that Anne's River killed the thing, right?
Yeah. By this point, everyone's given the rundown of what happened. Answer killed the greater demon. Randall killed the little demon, and
I have a necklace with a demon eye on it now.
it's a bit weird. And Lady Elwyn got away.
Okay. Hmm. I
Wait,
need
so
a.
Sir Steve is awake.
He is awake.
When he wakes and is back to normal conscious.
You stab him in the back now after he just gets over his disease.
I'll go. I'll approach him as he is feeling better now.
As Severe comes over to approach him, and I've given him his food and taken off all his bandages, I'm going to go to Sir Steve and say, Rana has seen fit to give you a second chance. Perhaps you should pass the same judgment. And I leave him.
You'd probably like prop him up on the rock.
Yeah.
So he's sat up with assistants. So yeah, you're sat up slightly, Sir Steve, with Antora now approaching.
I walk off
I'll
as
see
I
Anne-
just leave that bomb.
I'll see
Why
Anne
don't-
approaching, and I'll just be like, Bromley 2? Asselwed 7? Oh. I should probably leave you. And I get up with my newspaper, reading the sports section.
He almost looks relieved as he sees the Tiberius walk away.
Yeah, as Tyrus does walk away, I'll just say softly when he's like a good distance away, just so he doesn't hear. Oh, if Randall didn't heal you, I thought that one's blabbering was eventually going to kill you.
It came close.
Makes sense. Well, good to know I don't have to write another poem.
Yes, that is good. Um, I did briefly miss something when my power disconnected. What happened to Randall's cousins and Jimmy?
Oh,
We never went through that.
we
Oh.
didn't.
Oh shit!
I'd like to think I did say, we're missing 3 people before we started our trip, so hopefully that was resolved.
Randall, roll me a 1d2.
Okay, 1d2. Have I got a coin near me? No, I should roll it. 1d4
You're
and
saying you
half
didn't
it.
have to write another thing. I was like, oh, they didn't die. I better ask.
I'll let you half that.
Oh no, I wrote a bunch for like Keith and probably for some of the elves as well.
Yeah.
So snapping back,
Yeah,
in the midst of
that
like
seems-
funeral rites for the elves and everything, and the aftermath of the immediate battle. So yeah, like you've burned the bodies of all the levies and all the elves that died. You, Jimmy and Jayron return.
Just kill more of my family, why don't you?
But Jayron would have come up to you, Randall, and there's a note that he has.
What? What you playing that fool?
They took him, man.
Who took him?
That general, man. He came with all his men. We were like just in the midst of letting go of the horses, and they just surrounded us. He had a dark look on his face, man, and he said that our lives were spared because of, I don't know, I can't even process it, but they take Josiah, man. He said it's as insurance to make sure we don't come after him. He said he'll live and he'll be looked after, but they didn't want us to go after him, so we took him.
He's a dangerous man. You did the right thing. We'll get our brother back.
Man, you meant to back our family.
We'll get him back. We'll do it the right way. He'll come back home safe. I'll see to it.
You see that Jayron's very annoyed with himself, but
We're not going to do anything rash and try and hunt him down and play any silly games. I think that's going to have to be a long game with General Theodore, as we're now back on the road, etc.
yeah, I mean, the note says, like, if you follow, he dies. Leave us alone, and you'll get him back. It's signed by General Tito.
It turns out I do negotiate with terrorists.
Just only some of them. So yeah, it's with Sir Steve like recovering and you guys kind of getting in. Captain Elleran kind of he comes over. Is at the point where it is time that we parted ways. Our duty to you has been served. We have lost many elves in this service, and we must return to our lord to tell him what has happened. And he looks to you, Sir Steve. I'm glad to see that you are awake and recovering. I would not want to leave without seeing it so.
I'm glad to see it myself, but I'm also sad to see you go.
It must, but no, as my lord said, should you need us, you can call on us. And I would be honored to ride with you anytime.
He nods. I'd get up to give you a proper goodbye, but I'm afraid it's beyond me at the moment.
Do not worry. I know the respect is there.
You give my regards to Lord Villavandre.
He's going to turn to Randall. Mr. Randall,
He nods.
you have changed much since we first saw you. You have changed a lot. For the better, I believe.
Yes. I have many to thank for it. And as much as I like to praise Lazarium for his assistance, I think I should be truly grateful to Lord Father Andrew for his assistance in my time of need. And please let him know, be your utmost gracious, and the keepers of the solstice will always be there if you never need us. Please give my best.
He like taps the bow over your shoulder. Make good use of this as well.
Gives him a nod and a bow.
Yeah, that's the typical elven like kind of greeting and farewell with a little bow. So yeah, does that to you. He goes to Tiberos, I guess. He goes, farewell, human noble.
I'll say goodbye, elven warrior, in Elvish, just to fuck with him.
He smiles. You know our language.
Yes, I've spent like a year in Telerium. Of course I know it. Well, we haven't met each other for long, but it's been a pleasure travelling with you. Good luck.
And he nods to you. I hope your home is relieved.
Well, so do I, but I think I'm along for the ride here for now.
Be patient. Once you are recovered, your town will be yours again.
Just before you go, check in with Aaron. He'll have some wines that your lord would appreciate. From Telerium.
I will be sure to do so.
Yes. Safe journeys.
And he finally comes on to Ansrivar.
Captain.
And you are not the man I thought you was.
I get that a lot.
Probably not to the point where people realize you have been wearing a false face for a very long time.
I came clean to Lord Philavendrel before we left.
Well, it would not be a surprise to him that someone he sent out is not who he said to be. That is a relief to me. I did not want to be the one to tell him that news.
He's always treated me well, so I wanted at least someone to know the truth before.
No. Whatever path you are on, whatever it is you seek, I hope you do find it.
For once, I have people I actually want to protect, not just for a mission, but well, don't tell them, but I do genuinely like some of them a little bit.
There is no better cause or motivation than people that you care about, ones you want to protect. If you have something to fight for, it is a powerful thing.
So apparently, I'm not after vengeance for once.
You find new
I have
purpose.
hope that my sister is actually alive.
He puts a hand on your shoulder. I pray, Ruana, it is so.
It was an honor to fight by your side and fight with the Elven Force once again.
He
Like old
smiles.
times.
And it was a pleasure to fight with you, both before and after I realized who you truly were. But now it will be proclaimed amongst all our people. Ansriver, Demon Slayer.
Squire Slayer.
travel
Many
safe.
elves, many elves would write ballads about.
Oh
It's.
God.
I will make sure of it.
I don't know if you're doing that to compliment me or to torture me. It's very difficult to.
He looks to you and he sees your discomfort. No, no good deed should go unnoticed.
Perhaps, but some things are left unsaid. Better left unsaid.
Not this, my friend.
Um, oh, I'm back. I still want to say goodbye to the rest.
He nods. Already, my horse. You have your time with them. We leave soon, though.
And yeah, I believe I rolled for it. The Aeon is still alive. So
You did, and he is alive. He is alive.
So yeah, I'll just say goodbye to Aeon as well as yeah. I mean, most of the day traveling, I would have just spent a lot of that time with them, anyways.
Yeah.
The Elven troop. So yeah, a proper goodbye.
Yeah, they like they didn't treat you any differently. Like they were like, okay, so you had a different name, so what? We still fought beside you. Like you're still the guy we knew. You're still the same person, and we still shed blood together. So they treat you no differently. Though the title of Demon Slayer is thrown around a fair bit in your goodbyes.
Yeah, and there's a lot of begrudging groans that come along with that. Yeah. Which does actually lead me to to the reason why I did approach Steve before.
Yeah. Yeah, so that can you can approach this Sir Steve maybe after the elves ride off,
Mm.
and yeah, so we'll go to you approaching him again. Maybe your initial one got interrupted, and now you can go back to your conversation.
Feel like probably a lot we should talk about.
I have very little to say to you.
I'll have you know, I still await your judgment. I won't be running. And he drags and drops the demon horn in front of Sir Steve. Doesn't suit me. I'm not a man that deserves a title, so probably make something pretty cool with that. Maybe a nice lance. When when you have your judgment for me, I'll be ready. He'll do a little album bow, and he'll leave.
Yeah. He won't say anything. He'll just listen, watch, and sit there thinking. Because sadly for him, he has had 17 cruel days to mull over his decision. 17 goddamn painful days.
Very painful.
Fucking Randall Sims.
Could have made it 60 if you wanted to. I don't mind waiting to the very end. I would have just done 9 good checks and then went round, leave it to the last day. Let the gods decide. Let the dice decide.
It's poisonous food.
Is he glitching?
I think we have lost him indeed.
No, he's deep in thought.
It does just look like he's deep in thought.
He's not.
It's
Gonna
a
kill
hard
him.
decision to make.
He's not going to kill him, is he?
I don't know. Well, he might do.
I've been expecting it. I mean, like, I've already got ideas for my next character.
I didn't think for a second that he would execute.
Yeah, it's boring though.
Will we ever find out?
Been
He's-
hilarious.
He's like Batman, where he refuses to kill.
He's like an indecisive Batman, though. Does long pauses.
And what? Am I the Joker?
No, you're like.
No, you're
I'm clearly a villain.
you're like Red Hood at this point.
He's Red Hood, I'm sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Like,
lost his family member.
You're not.
and
You're
should
not.
hunt him down.
You're not a bad guy. But you did bad things.
You did do bad things.
He's not a bad guy.
Do you see Tommy when you go to sleep?
Oh, 100%. Well, he's one of many.
He's back.
Is he back?
I can't believe you killed him. Dude.
So Steve just executed Ansriver.
Oh. It wasn't
That's
even
crazy.
clean.
Yeah.
You had to hack the head off.
Oh, it was awful.
And then Randall started trying to heal him.
This power has flicked off almost every half hour on the fucking dot now.
So,
Alright, so Ansriver has walked off from Sir Steve and left you with something to think about.
Yeah.
You don't have the strength to execute him, even if you wanted to make that decision at the moment.
Yeah.
And we will finish the session with you guys returning to the monastery, the Second Son's monastery, and seeing that it has turned from a single kind of monastery with some, like gypsy caravans around. It's now like a well-made settlement. Like the wall that you guys kind of started, that Casper engineered, has been reinforced and well-made. There's sentries on each bit. There's even now some more permanent structures up rather than just the caravans. You guys have been away for a good 8 months here, so the settlement has improved since you were last here.
I haven't been here.
We've never been here, so you
Welcome
see a
home.
lot of people that look like Randall, and
if
they talk like J. Ron. And as you kind of come in the entrance, the doors open, some shouts go up, and as you come into the entrance, there is a larger lady with her hair up in almost like a dreadlocky kind of ponytail, hands on her hips, staring with a raised eyebrow at Randall and J-Ron.
Oh, you boys.
And that is where we'll finish the session.
Run.
Oh,
And you guys will have.
Are
You guys
Misty
would probably
Step?
you guys would need to rest for a time. So we'll obviously have your entrance to the place, but then we will kill maybe
Andrew.
like you guys would probably have to stay for a couple of weeks to recover properly at this place. So you can decide what you'll contribute to at the place, whether it will be helping with the farming, helping with like courier, helping with any like load. You can message me what you're going to do, or
Beta.
think about it, and I will. When it comes to it, I'll say, okay, Toll, what is Answer doing in the 2 weeks that he's there, and whatnot. But don't have to decide now.
Birth rates.
Birth rates. Okay, cool. That's what
Steve.
That's Steve's gonna contribute to.
I'm looking to smash all the records.
I mean, if you do, you're gonna be collared.
Covered.
Yeah, he's gonna be. Whoa, you can't do that and then run away in this community.
Unless you
Not when
come
they're-
back many
Not when their
months later,
houses
like Sir
can
Steve.
follow you.
Yeah.
Not with Sir Steve's stats.
Andrew, if Casper was here, he'd be showing you where Sir Steve got all his men killed.
You may find out. You may find out that Casper has been here.
What?
What?
So he can give a tour of Sir Steve's biggest failure.
He's not here, but he has been here.
They've got him in the
Fuck.
basement, chained up, haven't they?
That is definitely not his biggest failure.
Not killing Andrew is the biggest one at the moment.
But yeah, that's where we'll finish tonight.
Sir Steve's.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.